this teacher brought my whole senior friend group into her room and was like, you need to stop being friends with Sarah. High school's over for you. I know you still work in one, but it's not your experience anymore. One, that's weird to say to a teenager. I don't care. I don't care. That is a weird thing to say to a teenager, especially as a fully grown adult, okay? Do your job. Do your job. Hi, welcome or welcome back. Today I have another story time for you guys. I have got a bajillion videos up on this channel already talking about my old toxic friend group from high school, but today we're gonna be talking about somebody else, a different force of evil from my high school experience. This person we're gonna be talking about today was one of my teachers. Before we get into this, I just want to say this is not a video hating on teachers in general, okay? I personally think that teachers are underpaid and underappreciated for what they have to put up with. So this is not a video hating on teachers or anything, okay? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. I always appreciate it. Now let's get into this story, shall we? I met this teacher when I was a sophomore in high school because she was my theater teacher, okay? And I had to deal with her for 3 years, okay? Sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school. This particular teacher that I had was a very big gossip. Very big gossip. It's one thing, I think, as a teacher to maybe, I don't know, talk to another teacher if a student is like really driving you nuts. Because like we all need to vent, okay? We're all human. However, this teacher liked to talk about the students that she had negatively with her other students, which I don't know, it doesn't really seem like the most professional thing to me. And not only would she talk badly about one student to another, she would also just blatantly compare students to each other, okay? Some examples of this, okay? Remember I said she was my theater teacher? There was one time a friend of mine who was our stage manager at the time, okay? I don't know what happened particularly, just like one little thing, I guess, wasn't taken care of. My friend was always on top of stuff down in our theater department, so this like one little thing was just like a slip up or something, and unacceptable to this grown woman pushing 60, by the way. From what I recall, she said something to my friend along the lines of like, I don't know why you don't have this done already. So-and-so, the stage manager from the year prior, would have had this done. She would have had this done already. Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Because this was the thing. I'm gonna get really mad during this video. This teacher in particular loved to be like, oh, I'm having my students, like I'm letting them all like run everything. Like I let them do crew and stage manage and like work on the program for our plays and stuff. I let them do it to get the experience. That's great. That's great. The problem comes in when she would delegate everything to everybody else and then get mad when it wasn't done, but she wouldn't help at all. You're still the teacher. You're still the adult. Don't forget that. I know you're surrounded by high schoolers all day. You're still the teacher. You're getting paid to be here. I'm not. And like I said at the beginning, I know teachers don't get paid that much, but we're just talking about this one in particular. You're getting paid to be here. It's like, I don't get mad for like my current self, but it's like, I think back on like my friends at the time and like who I was in high school, and I get mad for them. Like they're different people. Like this is going to make me mad. Okay, that was an example of her comparing students to other students. An example of her talking badly about one student to another was one time, sorry, my bangs are too long. They're in my eyes, I need to cut them. We were doing a play. Okay, this play had a lot of drama because of her, and we'll get into it later. But we had a student, okay, and he got picked by her to student direct this play that we were gonna do, okay? She usually didn't have student directors from what I remember. I don't even remember why she brought it up to me at all, but we were just like down around the theater department because anytime I had like a free period and didn't have class, I was down there. Or sometimes I was down there when I had classes, but that's, hey, if you want to hear a few stories about times I used to skip class in high school, I have this video right here. I'll have it linked down below. Anyways, I was just hanging out down in our theater department doing whatever, and she was down there, I don't remember why she brought it up to me. She was like, yeah, the only reason that I let so-and-so help student direct with this play is because his audition wasn't good enough for him to get in. Why do I need to know that? And that's so embarrassing for them. Like, okay, maybe they had a bad audition and you let them student direct. That's so nice. Why are you being so nasty though? You don't have to tell anybody that. I just don't get it. Maybe his audition was bad. Sure, we all have bad auditions. And you let him student direct instead because he was a senior and you didn't want him to have nothing to do. That's nice. And I would assume maybe she just wanted some props for it. Maybe she really thought she was being so nice and she wanted me to give her a round of applause or something. But she never sounded nice when she said this stuff either. She's always like, oh yeah, his audition was so bad. I just gave him a part to student direct because I didn't want him to have nothing to do. Why are you telling me? I don't get it. Some other stuff she did, all right, if you've been here before, you've probably heard me tell stories about someone named Owen, okay, that I was friends with around this time. This one time, oh my God, this teacher hated Owen. Hated him. She told him one time, she was like, you're gonna crash and burn in college. Why do you care? Why do you care? It's teenager behavior. And if there's any teenagers watching this, I'm not meaning to offend or anything, okay? But having been a teenager, I know that sometimes it's just easier to talk negatively about people, especially if you're miserable internally. Okay, I was. Not every teenager's like that, obviously. Everybody's their own individual person. I'm just saying, okay? She was acting like a teenager. It's just teenager behavior. I don't I don't get it. Now, I also had a friend named Liam, who I've talked about here before. Our sophomore year of high school, we were totally devoted to that theater department, okay? We used to volunteer to help out with school assemblies or doing the lights and the sounds and whenever we had orchestra or band concerts, we were always in that theater before school, during school, and after school. We were always there to help out. And this teacher loved us during that time. She loved us. She called us her dream team, okay? She she used to tell everybody when they'd come down to theater, this is my dream team, okay? And then after maybe 4 or 5 months of being at school from 7 a.m. until I don't know, 8 p.m., because sometimes we would just stay there after school instead of going home and having to come back. We just got burnt out. And we told her, we were like, yeah, we just need a little break from helping out with these. Mind you, we volunteered to do this. Okay, this wasn't a job we signed up for or anything. It was just when she needed help with stuff, we would volunteer. We'd be like, oh yeah, we'll come help. We got burnt out. Okay, there's how many other students in the school? Ever since that happened our sophomore year, things were just never exactly the same between the two of us and her. She was just very passive aggressive with stuff after that. I can't remember any specific examples, unfortunately, but it was just the vibe just changed. It was just different after we said that we needed a break from helping out so much. She just wasn't quite as fond of us anymore. Which leads me to bring up this next little bit about this person. She loved people that adored her and would defend her when people didn't have great opinions of her. And if you weren't giving your all to her or to theater, she just did not with you. So we just mind you, we were still doing the plays and stuff. I was still in them and doing crew, and so was Liam. Yet she had a problem with us because we stopped doing assemblies as much. Why don't you do them? It was her job. This is the thing. It was her job. It was her job. And I really particularly think she used to just take advantage a little bit of the fact that she was giving people experience. Because to an extent, yeah, that's great. But when everybody's doing every part of your job except running the theater class, you're not doing your job. That's not giving people experience. It's taking advantage of the people around you. And then when she even takes it a step further and gets mad at people, we're 15 and 16 years old. Do your job. Do your job. Now, we also had this one group of students in particular. They were a grade ahead of me, okay, that she was obsessed with. Oh my God, she loved them. She wanted to be one of them. I am telling you, it was crazy. If anybody said anything Even if somebody was just like, oh, so and so from this group, uh, kind of gave me an attitude today, because we all have days like that. She'd be like, oh, they're probably just stressed out. Like, you need to calm down. They are not going to let you in their group. I hate to break it to you. You are 50 years older than them. They're not going to let you into their group. I'm so sorry. High school's over for you. I know you still work in one, but it's not your experience anymore. I bring that up, one, because it's weird. Two, because there was this one time, okay, there was auditions for a musical. Okay, this teacher didn't even run the musical. She only ran the plays. Musical auditions come, okay? The people that were a part of this group I'm talking about usually got the leads in a lot of stuff. There was one day after the auditions, we were all in her room. She used to have like a really big classroom that she didn't use, that people were allowed to just like kind of just go in and do like schoolwork or whatever, or hang out, okay? There was a bunch of freshmen in there, okay? They didn't get into the musical at all. So they were obviously sad. A few of them were crying. Teacher of the year, okay, she comes in the room. I'm sitting there with my friend, just like, oh, whatever. Okay, auditions went how they went. Okay, these kids are crying. She comes in the room, says nothing to them. She sees them crying and automatically assumes they're upset that they didn't get the lead, of all things. Couldn't be that they're sad that they just didn't get in. She assumes they're upset they didn't get the lead. And she goes, oh my God, I don't know why you guys are crying. Of course so-and-so was going to get that part. She was made for it. You can't be her. She was obsessed with them. And also, it's just inconsiderate. Is it her job to console the students crying in her room? I guess not. Like, no. But she didn't. She's like, don't say anything then. How is that going to help? It doesn't. That's the answer. It doesn't. And it's like, oh my God. I thought that was just like the craziest thing. Of course you weren't going to get that part. It was made for her. I do not personally subscribe to the whole those who can't teach thing, okay? Some people just like teaching. However, I have a really strong opinion that she believed the whole those who can't teach rhetoric, because she was just trying to live through this particular group of students. There's nothing wrong with being a teacher, literally nothing. But if you view it that way, this is what happens. Grow up. Now we're just going to talk about some of the crazier things I can remember her at least saying to me. No clue what she said to other people. Okay, these are just things that I experienced, all right? So again, high school theater teacher. This isn't Broadway. I hate to say it like that because there's nothing wrong with being a high school theater teacher, just in general, but because she's so arrogant about it, yeah, I'm going to say it like that. I had a friend, we're going to call her Mia. Okay, I don't think I've mentioned her yet. This lovely, lovely teacher told her, 16 years old, by the way, okay, your boobs were too big for this part in the play. Who asked? Because she didn't. And this is the thing. Okay, yeah, some people are made for certain parts. One, that's weird to say to a teenager. I don't care. I don't care. That is a weird thing to say to a teenager, especially as a fully grown adult, okay? Number two, during that exact same play, when she said that to Mia, she literally changed one of the roles in the play from female to male. So, what about that was necessary? And what about it's helpful? What? Because, you can give critiques on performance. Yeah, I didn't think your performance stood up for this role. Yeah, you shouldn't have it then. What does that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with anything? It doesn't. Miserable teenage behavior. Now, here's two particular experiences that pertain to me that I have to tell you about her. Now, this friend group that I had at the time, okay, they were all seniors when I was a sophomore. They told me that one time, apparently, this teacher brought my whole senior friend group into her room and was like, you need to stop being friends with Sarah. You're going to graduate. She's going to have no friends left. You need to stop being friends with her. You need to stop talking to her now. There was like 4 months of school left. And also, I did have other friends that weren't graduating. She just was miserable and nasty. It's none of your business. Why? Just again, like, make it make sense to me, please. How is the people that I'm choosing to hang out with any of her business? This grown adult woman, how's it any of her business? And now I just saved this for last because I think it's a little crazy. At the end of my sophomore year, a lot happened during my sophomore year of high school. I had auditioned for one of our plays, as you do, okay? The way that auditioning worked at our school was you just did a general audition with a monologue, and then she just picked what part you were getting. You couldn't like audition for specific roles, which is fine, okay? I personally wanted the role of like the antagonist in this play, okay? Not the lead, which is important. There was never one single time ever that I had stated or even insinuated that I wanted the lead, because I didn't. Now, I auditioned, got a call back. I ended up getting like, I don't remember what we called them. It was like a step up above ensemble. Like I was in ensemble, but then I also had like a specific like speaking role that was smaller. Totally fine, okay? She told us, hey, after the cast list comes out, come see me if you want some critiques on your performance. Okay? I went because obviously there was nothing wrong with my role, but I still want to improve and get better. That's the point of school. So the cast list came out. I saw what part I got. I went to ask her what I could do better, okay? And at first, totally fine. Completely normal. She was like, yeah, you really tend to choke at callbacks. Your auditions are good, but you tend to choke at callbacks. That's great. I can fix that. But then she continues, honey, you were never going to get the lead. You're just not feminine enough for it. And now this is bringing back the whole I'm getting mad for my past self, not my current one kind of thing, because obviously she didn't know this, but at 16, I really struggled with like not being feminine enough, which is not a thing, by the way. As a grown adult who's experienced the real world, if you feel that way, that's not a thing, okay? It's not a thing. But at the time, I was really worried about it. And she said that to me. What the hell do you want me to do about that? Again, a woman pushing 60 is telling a 16-year-old girl, you're not feminine enough for a part in this play. What are we talking about? She didn't say anything about my performance. She said I wasn't feminine enough. That had me heated. And I also ended up like spiraling a little bit after that, like internally, because I was like, damn, I guess I'm not feminine enough. If anybody says something like that to you, or whatever you're trying to like be, like however you feel, whether it's feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter. Nobody else's opinions matter. Everything is subjective. So just remember that, regardless of your age, okay? Anyways, teachers acting like teenagers. Just want to reiterate again, no hate to teachers in general of the world, okay? You guys are putting up with a lot more than you should have to. If you're watching this and you're in school, like, or you're gonna go back to school soon, whatever. Don't go back to school and start hating on your teachers for nothing, okay? I'm just saying, like, this one in particular, not the kindest person I've ever met. If you're mean to me, you get a story time, okay? That's how it works here. This is my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I upload new videos every single Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. I always appreciate it. If you want to see any of the other places I exist, my Instagram and TikTok are both linked down below. I am very active on both of those. Have a good rest of your day, night, week, month, year, life. All of it. Bye.